What the heck is going on, everybody? Look who I found in South Florida. Les Victorie, boots on the ground. Game 6 going off tonight. Yours truly will be in there in the Ylose suite, baby. We are dialed the fuck in. Les, how's South Florida treating you, brother?
Man, it's hot here. I've never been to Florida in June before, and that's next level. Like, I'm ready to go back up north just to cool down a bit. I don't know how you guys survive this heat here, but you know what? It's beautiful, and I love the heat, so I am not complaining. It's been a long day. Had to drive to Toronto.
Yep.
Drive to Toronto up at 2:30 on a plane by 4:35. Just got here, got the rental card, got dialed in, and now we're getting the work in. We got to head to the sportsbook to drop $5 fucking grand on tonight's game. Shit, sorry.
I don't give a fuck today.
We don't care. It's just money. We make it every day. We did have our max bet winner, KBO this morning.
Yes, sir.
Free pick winner, SSG -1.5. That was a smash spot. So good for you guys if you did jump on that. But tonight, it's all about the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. If you want to know where I'm laying this money, tune in a little bit later, and I'm going to be posting the pick for free for everyone to see. I'm not selling any NHL packages today. Could be the last game of the year. And if you're with me last year, you know that the last game or two of the year, I usually give the card out for free as a thank you to everybody for following. And you know what? Let's try to make some money tonight, Bernsey. We're here. Might as well.
Oh, absolutely, bro. We're gonna be. Listen. Keep an eye on this Instagram. We're gonna be going live throughout the game. We're gonna be throwing some live bets out there. I'm honestly, dude. Like, I'm almost at a loss of words. Like, I'm like a fucking kid in a candy store right now. You know, the Stanley fucking Cup is gonna be in the fucking building tonight. How fucking sick would it be here in Sunrise watching Alexander Barkov lift that bitch over his fucking head after a 27-0 drumming of fucking Edmonton Oilers? Everyone's getting on the point sheet tonight. Listen, before we get into it, recap the last games, tell you what we're liking for this game. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Could be the last show. Could very well be the last show. Or is Edmonton going to be able to drag them fucking back to Alberta again? Well, let's get into it. So the last time that these guys played in Alberta, what a piss fucking poor effort by the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, listen, dude, they come back in game 4, right? They're down 3-0 early, right? They come back and they fucking go up 4-3. And then Reinhart ties it up with, 20 seconds left, 17 seconds left, some bullshit like that, right? And then Draisaitl, what a snipe. What a snipe Draisaitl had for the game winner in OT. But then you fucking come back, and then that's the effort you put up? Like, explain it to me. You're the hockey guy, man. You played, right? Like, how do you not fucking just run through a fucking wall like this?
So it's a tough one because everyone was kind of left scratching their heads, and even all the experts and the analysts, the NHL and analysts and all that shit, they were all like, that was weird. And I agree. It for sure was. It just was one of those games that it looked like they had no jam. It's almost like they were deflated. They were flat. And we were talking about this just a few minutes ago, but is it possible that Chris Knobloch is overcoaching this team? We were talking about line combinations and the fact that Edmonton has had 22 or 24, whatever it was, different line combinations compared to Florida's 8. Okay? And I'm all for shuffling things up when it's not working, and that's fine. But enough is enough. Like, you're changing your deep pairings every other game. You just played 82 fucking games.
4 rounds of the playoffs.
4 rounds of the playoffs. A lot of the lineup is the same from last year when you went the same distance. Why are you trying to reinvent the wheel here? Are you overcomplicating things by making all these adjustments? And some of these guys have never played with other guys, like the Bouchard Ekholm. Ekholm is a great fucking defenseman, and they broke them up, and we all saw Ekholm turn the puck over at the red line, get fucking burnt by Marshy.
Like the wheels of Marshy.
Yeah,
right?
the speedy 5'6" Marchand, the 38-year-old Usain Bolt on the well, I just don't understand why they decided to. Okay, it didn't work for one period. Let's change everything, and this might just come back down to experience. And you look at Chris Knobloch versus Paul Maurice. Paul Maurice has been around the block since before I was even fucking born.
Yep.
And he was coaching in the NHL. So this could be, not only is Florida a better team right now, this could just be they're just a better team through and through, including the coaching staff. Because you never see Paul Maurice panic and shuffle everything up the minute they lose one game, or you blow a 3-goal lead like they did.
If there's ever a time to fucking change everything, right? Like, oh, guys, we just fucking blew a 3-goal lead.
Yeah.
No, the same fucking.
No. Yeah, we did. We did. It's not a common thing that we did it, but it did happen. But we're not going to change anything.
No, but the weird part, not to say the weird part, right? The comforting part, for Florida fans is, he even said it earlier in the series, right? Like, I don't even have to fucking coach right now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who's up next. They know when the next guy is tired, who's going next. I can just sit there and just, pump up the voice. Stay on them, men. Let's get them. Let's get them. But, the team is really running itself. So, you want to talk about, a team that's fucking bought in. Have you ever seen a team more fucking bought in than this Florida Panthers? You got Marchand, who was making a serious fucking push for the Conn Smythe. Got myself a plus 650 card, a couple games ago. But this guy he's a perennial first liner. What line is he playing?
He's a third liner.
Have you ever seen Marchand like, oh, what the fuck? Why am I playing with these fucking bums here?
No, because he's an experienced guy. He's been there, done that. He gets it that it takes 20 fucking guys to win the Stanley Cup. He knows because he's done it.
Yep.
And even though he's gotten older, I actually think he's gotten smarter and wiser because he's not that little sneaky shithead that he used to be.
Yeah, but I miss that guy.
I miss him too. Don't get me wrong. It's always great, but he's really grown up as far as a hockey player over the last couple of years. And especially when you're playing with guys like Barkov and Reinhart and guys that just won a cup 12 months ago, you feed off of the people you surround yourself with.
Yep.
And these are world-class guys. And they're great hockey players. They're leaders in every way, shape, or form, in and out of the dressing room. You look at some of the awards that Barkov just won there, and that says a lot about this team. And just the way Paul Maurice is, his demeanor, it's always the same thing. We're going to go out and do our job, and the job's not done until we win.
It's that lunch pail mentality. These guys, like even when Barkov won, his awards and stuff, you can just kind of see like a little glimmer in his eyes, like cool.
Yeah.
Cool. The ultimate goal's not done yet.
100%.
And people are talking about him being quiet, in this Stanley Cup final as far as points production. Dude, is there anybody more valuable to your team than fucking Alexander Barkov? The dude just does absolutely everything right. He plays both sides, all three zones, right? He's out there blocking shots. My man's a fucking dog. But if we switch focus over to Edmonton, honestly, man, does Edmonton have a chicken dick's chance in hell of fucking pulling us back, dragging them back to Alberta? Or are we going to see fucking Lord Stanley tonight? How can they get it done?
They're going to have to get back to a game that they haven't played in a while. And even, I would say game one, they played it, but then after that, they haven't played their game. They haven't been that good. Like, sure, you look at the series 3-2, so they won the second one, but they didn't deserve to win that second game. Florida controlled it. They fell asleep, and they came back and a bullshit OT goal. It is what it is. But technically, the series could be over already. And luckily for us, we get to go to Game 6 for them to try it again. Now, I'm 0 for 1 when I see the Stanley Cup in the ring, because last year I was at Game 4 when Florida was up 3-0. I was in Edmonton, boots on the ground there, hoping in a subtle way that Florida would sweep them just so I could see the cup. So I'm 0 for 1. Well, tonight, I think we go 1. We square it up. We square it up to 1-1. I just think this Florida team could be a dynasty. You look at what their cap situation is and what Zito's done, and what they're capable of doing this offseason. Like, this is going to be the same fucking team next year.
It is.
Sam Bennett's going to take the hometown discount because he's going to pay all the fucking taxes anyway if he leaves. So why the fuck would you want to leave?
Listen, I mean, Sam Bennett, he's gonna command a king's ransom, right? And I'll tell you right now, I'll pay the motherfucker $10 million, $11 million, $12 million to have him in New Jersey, right? And I'm not taking him for the regular season, right? He's the type of guy. I mean, what's his career high? 50 points in the regular season?
Yeah.
Right? Something like that. His game translates to what the playoffs are, right? You don't finish checks in the regular season. You finish every fucking check in the playoffs. Yeah. And that's what this guy does, And then you look over at the rat, right? The rental, Marchand. Like, why would any of these guys ever want to leave fucking Florida? Why would you not want to run it the fuck back?
So, and the other thing is too, is like, what does the money really mean? Like, all these guys are still making $6, $7, $8 million a year, with the exception of Ben. I think he's at 4 or something.
Not for long.
So what?
Yeah.
Okay, Ben is going to get he according to his point production, he is going to be worth anywhere between the $7 to $8 million mark. He might get overpaid, and because of his playoff production. But as far as the numbers go, he's going to get overpaid. It's plain and simple. But it's up to him. Okay, if I'm making $6 million a year right now, I would rather make 6 than to go make 9 in Anaheim and be on the team to win the fucking cup for the 3rd year in a row.
Fucking Toronto.
Or
deal with that bullshit.
Never going to happen. It's never going to happen. He hasn't talked much about it, but it's never going to happen. And obviously, the Ontario tax bill is not very good either. So it just makes sense. Like, okay, I got my house on the beach. What's the difference? I make $5 million or $7 million, whatever. Fuck, it's a ton of money. I mean, don't get me wrong. The extra couple million would be nice, but just invest it. Put it in a Roth IRA or whatever you guys call it down here.
Bro, you've been down here for fucking 2 hours. Right? You want to go back to Northern
Ontario? No chance. Yeah, I would like to get traded to Calgary, where it's even fucking colder and the winter's even longer and the tax bracket's higher.
That's why he got the fuck out of there, right?
Of course he did. Well, I mean, there's a few other things too, but you look at some of these teams and what they've given up, even with Tkachuk, Bennett, Marchand. It's amazing how these teams just let these guys go, and for basically nothing. Hyman,
yeah,
the Leafs could have fucking paid him $4 million, $5 million.
Don't tell me they're not fucking kicking themselves in the dick right now.
They should be. They deserve to be. Nonetheless, honestly, I think the day that Zach Hyman got hurt, it just took a big piece out of this puzzle. He is such a key player for that Edmonton team, and that he's not healthy. You know what? It shows. Sometimes that's the difference between winning and losing. And I don't think Edmonton is as healthy as Florida is. And at this time of year, the winning team is usually the healthier team.
So I just pulled up over here on Hard Rock, the Conn Smythe Trophy odds, and right now Sammy Bennett's -230, and Big Brad's +300. I
expected those to be closer.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Brad's he's scoring big goals. He's not just scoring empty netters. Like, he's scoring goals to give his team the lead at big moments of the game.
And he's I think he's 2 points behind Bennett right now.
You could you can flip a coin. Like, I think it's going to come down to tonight. If Marchand gets on the scoreboard and Bennett doesn't, but Florida wins, I got to give it to Marchand.
So right now, I got him at plus 300. Definitely worth a fucking sprinkle. You're not going to touch Bennett at this point at minus 230.
No.
So sprinkle away, guys. Get after Marchand. Like I said, I got him at plus 650. Wait for tonight. Let's see how it all fucking goes.
Looks like yours might be on you.
Hey, man, I'm a generous fucking guy.
Good. I'm thirsty.
I got to buy a new credit card down here.
I'm thirsty.
All right, so let's talk about how the series has been shaping out, right? So the Panthers are 6-1 at home this postseason, right? I mean, this is definitely a team. I heard something interesting today. How I think it's in the last 4 games, in the first 35, 40 seconds, Edmonton's had a hell of a fucking chance, right? Right off the fucking jump, right? Who's in there top and bottom, right? But as far as the first period scoring output, I mean, the Panthers are outscoring them 7-0 since game 3 in the first period. I mean, is it worth a little sprinkle here for, Panthers money line first period?
100%. I mean, all we have is the history, and these guys have been in this situation before. They've got forced to 7 games last year. The last thing they want to do is repeat that. And I know Paul Maurice's coaching style, like I think I do. They're going to want to close this out right here, right now, in a dramatic fashion, like a 5-1 kind of thing. No bullshit. Do the little things, right? And the goals will come kind of attitude versus Edmonton's probably going to be chasing their tail a little bit. Act of desperation is going to be, probably like even look at McDavid. He's overdoing it a little bit.
He's going to swallow it up in the process.
Well, you're on the power play. You're going to drop him back to McDavid. He's going to come in 100 miles an hour and try to deke through 4 guys. If the window's there, he's going to take it. If not, he's going to peel off and set it up. Well, how many times last game did he go in, get through the blue line, and then try to shoot?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not the play. Like, I get it. Your power play's fucking 4-24, and you're trying to spark something different. But figure it out, guys. Draisaitl is not the answer on the power play. They know it's coming.
Yes.
It's no fucking secret. Try something different. Swing it to the other side. Maybe put McDavid in the shooter spot on the other side and feed him. I don't know. The guy can score fucking goals.
It's just too kind of telegraphed. You know what I mean? Like with Draisaitl sitting over there at the bottom circle. Like, yeah, the guy can score from fucking anywhere. Absolutely. He's potted a couple of them. But there's just, I don't feel there's any creativity, right? And you can't argue with me when you're 4 for 24, right? It's just, it's not there. I think the only way that Edmonton's able to fucking steal one, and I emphasize fucking steal one, is we need Connor McDavid to be that McJesus. We haven't seen the McJesus side of McDavid.
I told you at the start of this series, 100%. That's their game plan. Shut down McDavid, we'll win the series. Simple as that. And I told you that right from the start. How many McDavid props have you seen on my card this series? Fucking 0. And if there was,
I think it has some unders, right? Yeah.
Because Florida understands the assignment. They need to shut down McDavid to have success. And McDavid, yeah, he scored a nice goal when it didn't fucking matter last game, and whatever. But he's human.
Mm-hmm.
He's human, and the Florida Panthers know how to deal with them. And I told you before the series even started that they're going to choke him off. They're going to choke him off, and they did exactly that.
But I mean, like, a guy with all that talent, right? Like, you not get loose, and you can't count the guy out, right? Expect to not get loose one game when all the chips are on the table. I mean, we said at the beginning of the series too, right? Like, can you really count against Connor McDavid to lose back-to-back Stanley Cups? Right? He's on the cusp.
You know what? You're right. And I questioned that, but now I understand why it's going to happen is because they don't have 20 fucking guys going on that team. There's not enough depth. You look at Florida, they got fucking 4 lines that are all reliable roller lines.
Yep.
You look at the time on ice. McDavid's playing 25, 28 minutes a game. Go find me one player on Florida outside of the D that are playing those kind of minutes. It doesn't happen. And over a course of a 7-game series, that takes a toll. It takes a toll. Guys get hurt. They get tired. They make mistakes. You know, when your fourth line is only getting 6 minutes of ice, it's not going to work. You look at the numbers for Florida, and those guys are still getting 12, 13 minutes. It makes a big difference.
I mean, you see guys like Nosek, right? You see guys like Greer and Gadrovic. You see them lined up against McDavid.
Yeah.
And you've seen them pressuring in the first in the defensive zone and causing turnovers that have led to like really good chances. So I mean, like, you know, that's any team's nightmare, right? Oh my God, McDavid's out there and our fourth line is stuck. Not really in Florida. I think Paul Maurice is just like, they'll work it out. Don't worry.
The other thing too is Florida understands that Edmonton sucks in the offensive zone faceoffs on Bobrovsky's right side. They can't win a fucking draw. So the minute as soon as he makes a save, he pushes the puck over there. It's like they know that's where we want the faceoff because Draisaitl can't win a fucking draw on that side. How many O zones do you have that matchup where the fourth line maybe got stuck out there for a little while, and then you send the McDavid line out, and then you lose the fucking draw? Then they do this high flip thing, and then it's, you know, it's a 50-50 battle in the neutral zone to catch the bouncing puck, but then you get the change. And then now any edge that you did have is now gone. It comes down to these little things, man, and it's just they're just not doing them.
I know you guys. I see you guys in the chat. Thanks for joining us here. I mean, Alex has been with us, you know, the entire time. You know, while we've been doing this in the playoffs. You know, I saw Randy earlier. What's up, boys? Welcome back. Dewey's in there as well. I know you guys are clamoring on what we're going to be doing for picks here. You know, we're going to get to them. We got to sound smart for a little bit before we actually get to it. So, I mean, Kenny was asking about, I think Perry's at what? I saw a Perry anytime goal question. I saw a Perry over 1.5 shots. I mean, I will say, like, even if they are able to swallow up McDavid like they've done for the entire postseason, I mean, Perry's on the cusp of what? Losing
number 5?
5? It's the only cup in a row. So you think this guy's not going to have 2 shots on goal?
He's 100%. Lock it in right now. Are they actually giving it at 2 shots right now?
I think I saw 1.5. That's what was in the chat. Let me just confirm that so we're not fake news over here. That's not what Wide Blues does around here, boy. All right, fly over to shots real quick. Yep, over 1.5 shots and minus $1.50.
Guys, take it. Take it. You know, there's a chance that Corey Perry is Edmonton's best player tonight.
Yeah, because it's real strong fucking chance.
He's been arguably their best player the entire fucking pool season. You know, outside of Draisaitl and McDavid at times, but he's been the most consistent guy getting in the dirty spots. And this is, to me, this is a lot.
But that's what the playoffs are, right? Like, you're looking at Sam Bennett, who could possibly make $12 million. You know, he doesn't really perform in the regular season. He's got a career high of 50 points. Right, but why are you paying this guy? Right, Corey Perry's the same kind of guy. These guys are built for the playoffs. This is their type of fucking nasty, ugly, hard-fought game. You know, when is Sam Bennett not going to finish a hit? When is Corey Perry not going to finish a hit? I mean, when I went to, what did I go to, Game 3? And within 35 seconds of the game, I see Perry. You didn't see it on TV, but I see Perry just kind of cruise around the net after Bob made a save. And as he's skating back to the bench, what does he do? He hits Bob's stick right out of his hand. And Bob's just like, whatever, I'll pick that shit up.
Fuck you.
But that's the type of fucking snarl that you have, right? Yeah, is it greasy? Absolutely. But is this not the greasiest time of the fucking year? Like, let's fucking go, man.
Dude, there's so many good lines tonight that you could make a lot of money tonight if things work out the way I think they're going to work out. Like, you look at this, okay, there's a couple guys in the chat asking for where's the free picks at. And sure, you may not like the hockey manager or whatever the analysis, but
this ain't your show, motherfucker.
Let's just visit the Brad Marchand line. What are the odds he gets a point tonight?
Death and taxes?
He's minus 115 at over half a point. Why? In what world are you not putting some money on that?
But also, too, in what world, right? Like, I mean, look at this fucking series, right? And we've talked about it a whole hell of a lot, almost to exhaustion. Like, when the fuck is the under going to come? There is no fucking under in this series.
We've gotten burned a couple times by it, you know, and I was looking closely at last year's playoff matchup between these two teams, and the under hit 4 out of 7, which kind of made sense. Like, yeah, things are going to tighten up.
That's what I would expect.
You know, nope, not this year. 5-0, the over, right? I think every fucking game, and that hasn't even been close.
No,
like it's not like that. Well, maybe the tying goal from Reinhardt the other day. I think no, that was 4-4. Yeah,
that was 4-4. That was up and over.
So I'm staying the fuck away from it because
don't touch.
You know, as good as Bobrovsky has been, he's still given up a couple, and Skinner, whose numbers on game 4 through 7 are exceptional, haven't been.
Not this series.
Not this series.
Right? He was undefeated. I think it was 9-0 in game 4s, and enjoyed half the game from the bench.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, Calvin Pickard didn't look very good, but you want the best bet of the night? I have it.
Let's fucking go, bro. Let's get fucking to it. Give the people what they want.
This is a guy that is Captain fucking Clutch. You know who I'm talking about.
Every spell this guy's name again. I should know it by now.
Every time they need a big moment from a key player, I forget what his game-winning goals is in the Stanley Cup Finals or series clinching. Carter Verhaeghe is a lock tonight. That's our best bet. Okay, we can pick him up at half a point, -135.
I mean, these are just guys that are bred for this moment, right?
And they prove it time and time again. You know, like you look at Kachuk, he's -210 to get a point. Yeah, I still think he's kind of laboring a bit.
I did like how he did wake up in game 5, right? Like I was thinking about him, as far as the parlay goes and stuff like that. But you can't fucking you can't argue with that.
No, but I mean you gotta look at the lines too, and if you're taking them straight up, that makes it not a great bet as far as that goes. But
it's not worth the juice.
No, but you know what is? Brad Marchand and Carter fucking Verhaeghe, -135 and -115. Those both could be the best bet.
Yeah.
Stan Bennett, same thing. -140.
It's really like they're just giving it to us.
It's almost like a trap. Like, it's -140. Oh wait, he scored fucking literally in every game so far.
Fucking game.
Why is it 140? What do they know now that I don't? So some good lines tonight. Usually when a player gets hot, they fall right into that -180, -205, and then you don't touch them because there's no money there.
Right, you lose the value, right? That's where Kachuk is sitting right now.
For sure. So unless you're parlaying him, which you could, but I still don't think he's super. No, not really. I mean, maybe in the DGen.
Yeah.
What do you got for that? What's your DGen side?
All right, we're kicking right to it, right?
I'm excited, man. I'm fucking ready to go straight to Hard Rock, dump some money because I can't.
Let's get this show over with.
My Canadian sports books, they're not letting me put the wager in, so I gotta go in person and give them my money.
Yeah, you gotta go acoustic today.
Yeah,
you gotta go retro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty efficient guy, so I'm not super thrilled about it, but especially when I gotta go back after the game to get my $8,000-9,000 of profit.
I think you can make time.
We're gonna have to stop on the way home after we pick up maybe a couple McDoubles and maybe a chocolate sundae. But I'll get over it.
All right, little DGen parlay, right? So I mean, listen, I've hit this fucking thing all goddamn series, right? So
it's not Jake Wallman, is it? Sorry, I've let you off the hook for so long.
Oh, you forgot?
Of course I didn't forget. Well, how could I forget that Jake Wallman overshot? The worst part is like 2 minutes left, he unloads the clapper and misses it by fucking 4 feet. But still, it was.
I don't even remember what the other legs of the last episode's parlay was. But I was losing my fucking mind.
I remember mine won.
Yeah, you had your fucking guy. Good job, bro. Yeah. So if you guys remember, if you guys were watching, you know, like this is just a lesson, right? Scared money don't make money. That's it. It's true, right? You get a feeling in the plums, you got to go with it. And my plums were telling me Anton Lindell over 1.5 shots, right, for the fourth leg. And what do you have? 2 fucking goals? You have 1 goal, like fucking 475 shots. So I fucking pushed out and I panicked. And I was like, Jake Walman! Jake Walman over 1.5 shots. And then I'm sitting there and I'm watching the game with my wife and I'm just motherfucking this guy. I haven't fucking seen him in the fucking Victorie fucking play. Took a third line fucking defenseman. I haven't seen him all fucking game. And as soon as I said that, what happens? Jake Walman unleashed a fucking clap bomb that beats fucking Bob. And then, of course, what do the gambling gods do? Right? The worst thing they can do, give you hope. So I'm watching all these legs cash, and then we go to fucking, and we're getting down to the fucking nitty gritty of it. And Walman finds it alone at the fucking point, right? Dead center. The seas parted, nobody in front, and fucking airmails. But that's not happening tonight.
That's because you're not picking Jake Walman.
Jake Walman under.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm going with my Conn Smythe winner. Excuse me, learn how to fucking speak. I'm going Brad Marchand over a half point for my first leg. What you looking at, doggy? What you looking at here?
Did you see the line for Bobrovsky?
27.5.
That's high.
And listen, we've done very well on this show with goalie props.
Yeah.
You know, we've done very well with goalie props, you know, on best bets, you know, and things like that. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can touch that.
Yeah, you know what? I might be faded in this one. I was just looking at it here because you know me. I love my goalie props, and like you said, we do well on them. But even the Skinner 25.5, like that's a tough spot. So
what are the odds Skinner doesn't even play the whole fucking game?
I'm gonna say 55-45 because we don't know what you're gonna get.
Well, these first periods that the Panthers play, right? I mean, like, I wouldn't be fucking shocked if they hang another 3 in the first period, and you know, Calvin Pickard comes back out for the second. I'm just saying, you know, it's definitely fucking possible, right? Like, this is like
Austin got the hook, fucking.
It cost the boys fucking job. We still got the fucking hook.
What an idiot! But anyway, but you see what I mean. Games, you think of these games that are like, oh no, he'll figure it out. No, he's just short. You're out. And the way the goaltending has been in Edmonton with Pickard, I thought Pickard has been better goalie.
He was 7-0 or 7-1.
7-1. Like, okay, you lost an important game that you really need to win.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you're 7-1. That's pretty fucking good.
Are you surprised that they went back to Spear? No.
You got to go back to Spear. You have to now because if Pickard would have went out and posted a .959 save percentage and 2 goals against, even if they would have lost 2-1, let's say, then no, I'm going back to Pickard again. Yep. Sorry. We didn't lose because of him. And I don't think they lost last game because of him anyway.
They lost to their team is fucking dog shit right now.
But nonetheless, I'm beating around the bush here because I haven't really committed to this. But I got to go.
I'll fucking strangle you on live TV if you say Jake Walman.
I'm going to take Jake Walman over a point. No, I'm not. I'm going to take the under. The under 6.5.
Yeah,
it's
tonight.
Well, it's got to. Like, it just doesn't make sense that you can go 6 fucking games, the Stanley Cup Finals.
Nobody somebody's got to play fucking defense once, right? You can't just be the fucking Panthers.
Well, I mean, a big part of why this over is cashing is because of how terrible Edmonton's penalty kill has been.
Yeah,
they've been
how many penalties they're taking.
Yeah, and the crazy part is that over is hitting. And Edmonton's power play isn't even scoring.
No.
And we're still hitting the over. So special teams are just been a fucking nightmare for Edmonton. I really expect the whistles to get put away tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fucking do or die game. There's no stripes in the universe that's gonna fucking like. It's got to be beyond egregious, right? Like puck over the glass, right?
Yeah,
nothing you can do about that.
Too many men.
Monster fucking hockey stick. Even the too many men, I still think you're gonna get a little bit of a leash here. You know, like you normally get 5 feet, you get 10.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially
even if it's
missed call.
ranges. It is.
The last missed call, that resulted in an empty loss. I think that gets tightened up a little bit, especially because they get called against at the game after. Right, it's one of those spots. So I'm expecting a tighter game, just because it all fucking makes sense. So I'm gonna for my one leg and it's minus 120. So you parlay all this shit together. We're gonna get some good odds.
Yeah.
Under 6.5.
Under 6.5 for the game total. All right. So for my third, or I guess our third leg, right? My second leg, I'm going with Sam Reinhart over a half a point. It's juice as shit, but it don't fucking matter unless it's picking minus 120s to even us out here, right?
I'm waiting to do my last leg. You might be able to call in work if this baby hits there on Tuesday.
Listen, when you do a job like this, there is no work, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, come on.
Hey, it's not work when you love what you do, bro.
All right, so third leg, Sam Reinhart over a half a point. Lock it the fuck in. Finishes up here, buddy. Then we'll get to some of your guys' questions. I see you over there, Lauderdale Owens.
You ready?
Lay it on us.
This is gonna juice the fuck out of this. But hey, could be the last show. Might as well go big or go home.
Absolutely.
These parlays are made to be played small, so you use your head. Should be less than 1% of your bankroll on this. I gotta go with Sam Bennett, ATG.
Ooh, all right. Not going out on too much of a fucking limb with this way the guy's playing, but I like it.
I mean, I'm not a big ATG guy just because I like, more of a sure thing, whatever that means in this world. But the way he's played, if he scores tonight, he's just going to cement his Conn Smythe.
So it's basically a race, right, between him and Marchand.
Yeah, they're not going to see
whoever
that.
has a better game tonight is basically taking the Conn Smythe.
In my opinion, even if it doesn't score and he gets an apple or two and they win, he's still going to win.
Yeah.
Even unless Marshy goes off and scores 3 tonight, which it's unlikely, but you never know. Especially with Skinner in it. So you put all that together, you're probably looking at plus 2,000 parlay here. So if
you guys are playing at home, if you guys want to throw some numbers out there for that 4-legger there. So we got Marchand over a half a point. We got Reinhart over a half a point. Game total finally going under 6.5. And Sam the Menace Bennett, ATG. What are we looking at here, fellas? And then we'll get to some of your questions here. Then we'll wrap it up because we got a fucking game to cash, son. Plus 900.
Oh, it's got to be more than that.
Come on, Liz, get it together.
Oh, you're really going to make me do it, eh?
All right, well, let's shoot the shit here for a couple more minutes before I got to get to the MLB show.
I can't even build it because I'm not in Ontario, Canada anymore. God damn it, Florida.
We got a foreigner on our soil.
Yeah.
If you want to fuck around with this, I'll read these guys. All right, so Doobie's asked about his DJ and parlay. So he's got the Panthers money line. He's got Perry over 1.5 shots, or Hagee over a half a point, Marchand over a half a point. I mean, we're going 1,000% in line with that. Like that right there. And who else asked for one? Lauderdale Owens, thoughts on Lundell, Marchand, Perry over 1.5 points. I don't know if you can get Marchand, maybe an alt line. I saw Marchand at 2.5. Would you ladder Marchand and Perry to plus 3 shots on goal?
Yeah, I like that.
There's your answer there, Lauderdale.
I'm not going to overthink it. I mean, it's working. That's what's been happening this series.
I mean, Johnny wants to know about overtime. I mean, it's game 7 for Edmonton, right? So you got to expect them to throw the fucking kitchen sink, So, I mean, maybe a little sprinkle there. NYC Bourne, he's got a little alt line going on here. So Florida money line over 5.5 goals, and Bob saves under 27.5. Scares me a little bit on the Bob side, just because, I mean, I understand it's do or die for Edmonton, but if you're in your own fucking barn after having a monster comeback win, I mean, what kind of effort are you expecting here? That's the only thing that scares me, right? And we talked about momentum not really meaning too fucking much going from game to game as much as it does in game. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The way the fucking Panthers have been bottling them up. That scares me a little bit.
The thing is, too, is you can be as dialed in as you can, but you still need to get a little bit of puck luck.
Yeah.
And, when you're a goalie and you got pulled and then you didn't get to start the next game, now you're in your head a little bit.
I mean, a human fucking being playing this game.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're Bobrovsky and you look at him and the way he does it, he's just the calmest dude in the fucking world. Even when he lets in a bad goal, he washes his face and lines up and he's ready to go.
Right. Even if there's a scrum in front, right? Like,
He 100% is a serial killer.
When does he ever get baited into shit?
Never.
Right? He's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to my
Yeah, I can play by myself. You guys kill each other.
But even look at this, like last year, right? Like, yeah, the team came storming back to put Game 7 in Florida, right? They had 2 days off before Game 7. What did Bob do? Nobody could find him, right?
Yeah.
Toes in the sand, walking up and down fucking Lickerdale's beach. Like, shit, dude.
Goalies are a different breed.
Yeah, they are.
Simple as that. I mean, you'd have to be to volunteer to go get fucking slap shots wired at your head at 100 miles an hour and get ran, and the wear and tear on your hip flexors and groins and stuff. Like, you got to be half retarded to be a goalie. I mean, I always want to be a goalie, but again,
Just the equipment was fucking cool, right?
Well, I love masks. I got like a fetish for goalie masks. One of these days, you're gonna see it on the back. My back wall is all gonna be goalie masks. I'm a big goalie mask fan.
Fucking that.
I like to go on eBay and get like the old Dominic Hasek one.
Yep.
Fucking Cooper
A
bucket.
little fucking Cujo.
Yeah. But anyway.
All right, guys. So that's what we got going on. Like I said, we're going to be at the game tonight, boots on the fucking ground, ready to fucking rumble. Keep an eye on Les's Instagram. We're going to be going live throughout the game. If we see a live bet in progress, we will definitely inform you. When I was out there for Game 3, I saw the goalie switch. I saw the card come out, right? And I just yelled over, screamed it right over my kids to my wife. Get on your app right now and hammer the fucking Cat's next goal. Right? Get a goalie change. Right?
You know it's coming. How often do you see a goalie come in and not give up a goal? Happens all the time.
All right, so that'll do it for us today. We'll see you guys tonight. All right, we'll be up there in Ylose Suite. Not a big deal. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Let's go, fucking Cats. Let's see the Stanley Cup tonight. See you guys soon. Maybe we'll see you fucking next year.
For what? Of course we're going to see them next year. This isn't going anywhere.
Not dragging back to Alberta. Cats all day, baby. Let's go. See y'all soon.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I